Hey guys, this is Kankara. This time I'm going to do a little bit of commentary over some video that we did for the Vault of Glass. I recently made a
That's probably Alvaro. That's
hunter.
probably Alvaro.
He's now level 26. I just made it in about a day and just grinded it out. So usually when I play the Vault of Glass, I'm on the left side. And when I'm on the left side, generally I'm in the front, but because I'm just a level 26 and we had a bunch of 30s in the group who were just doing it, um, I decided to take back left. And usually this is more of a support kind of role. If you can see the guy who's helping Flow 6, he is in the spot that I usually take, which is in the front left. And the front left covers the door that he's shooting in. This kind of middle back left guy, or the position that I'm taking now, covers the front left and covers this hole that I'm aiming at, um, and usually tries to bounce back and forth between the middle where the Vex come up the stairs, that hole where they try to attack the guy who's on the front left, that's his blind side, and a little bit of um, support for anybody else who needs it in the area. So it's a lot of back and forth, moving around. It's not the most exciting and it's not the most controlled of the ones. It's probably really chaotic, but people asked me about taking the Hawk Moon into the Vault of Glass, and this is with a level 26 character, so not really the strongest. He's not a level 30. We're playing this on normal, so the levels are comparable, but you get the idea of what the role is. The Hawk Moon is really good for its range, so that's why I love using this gun in this situation. If I was on the right side, which is a lot shorter of a draw, it's this you can probably use a scout rifle or a really good handgun or even a sniper rifle if you wanted to. Um, and I think the Hawk Moon kind of covers the middle to semi-long range really well. It's not a sniper rifle, but it can hit its targets with the upgraded range. We had the second part come up, and now we're in the second part of it. This is the busiest Conflux stage. I think it's one of the hardest, just because they just keep coming and coming, and the waves are a lot stronger than the first. The third has the three confluxes, and the groups are generally spread out. But in the second one, I don't know, I just get from the group and even from my own experience that it's a bit harder than the first and the third parts. So if you're in the back left, you can peek around the conflux, help out when need be, look at that middle spot, and then come back. It's a lot of that. Like if you're doing the middle section, it's a lot of that. Um, Low six is basically holding it down in that area that I'm aiming at now. And from this vantage, I can poke and peek and help him out as needed. And I'm still in cover from the gatekeeper. This is basically all you really need to do if you're on the left side. You have one guy who's standing there, another guy who's taking care of this middle section, and the two of you just kind of bounce back and forth and take care of it. It's not, I don't think in normal it's not super hard. If your weapons aren't really leveled up and you aren't ready, it can be a bit difficult, but if you have the right weapons and you know what to expect and your team works well, you should be fine. We are using rockets. I've suggested to my team that rockets are a really good option for dealing with the Minotaurs. Some people argue for machine guns, and I love machine guns for handling swarms, but when you are talking about a really big enemy that is just barreling down on you, and if you have two or three of them just kind of coming at you, you really want to dispatch the enemies as quickly as possible. I can't stress enough that getting rid of the enemies as quickly as possible is the best thing that you can do in the Vault of Glass, especially in the Conflux section. There are just so many enemies coming down at you, snipers, goblins, hobgoblins, minotaurs, everything is going crazy, and you just have to deal with it. You have to put up with that pressure. It's like a stress test. So now that that section is done, we can grab our ammo and jump into the safe hole. The third stage of the Conflux area isn't that bad. I find it to be a little, like quite a bit easier than the second, but not as easy as the first. This is a really dumb move. I don't really suggest it unless you're really running low on ammo to stand that close to the door. But if you need to grab the ammo, then do what you have to do and pick it up. This middle section should give you a little bit more support. The people who are guarding the rear conflux should kind of move up a little bit. There should be one in the back. He can either be on the left or the right, the back left or the back right, close to the conflux, as you can probably see. And there should be one that moved up quite a bit. If he moves up, he can really handle the middle and call out any minotaurs or anything else. And the third section can take care of anything that comes out of the hole. Obviously, right now, there's nothing coming out of that hole, and I'm just playing around. I really think this left side requires quite a bit of teamwork and coordination. If you're with people that aren't really ready to do a lot of the heavy lifting and the craziness of the waves that just keep coming, then make sure you have your veteran players take care of it. People usually say the left side is the harder of the two sides. I've actually never really played the right side, to tell you the truth, so I don't really know what the right side is like, but I just hear that it's not as busy, but it is kind of crazy because everything is pouring out. But with a good fusion rifle, you should be able to handle it. The Hawkmoon is doing such a great job. I figured, why not break out the Mythic class? Because I didn't really need the Hawkmoon. I wasn't in the position that I needed that much range. In this short to medium range, the Mythic class is a really great weapon. It may not be the best weapon for this section, but it is really good. The Mythic class did get a nerf. It's not as great as it could have been, and Ryu agrees with me. Ryu from Street Fighter agrees, but yeah, the Mythic class is really good. Um, when it's time for you to go and get out, you probably should. If you don't need to be out during this section, you probably should go. And I didn't, and I got blown up. And this happens. So for the rest of this section, um, with the Templars, I'm basically running, dead. And yeah, everybody in my group is kind of laughing at me, but yeah, that's when you get focused on killing one enemy, this kind of stuff happens. So I hope that this helped you guys with the Vault of Glass if you're on the left side. If you have any questions, just remember to ask Khan, and that's about it. Take it easy.